Hello students, myself Jitan Kumar Chauhan from ABS Engineering College. Today we will going to discuss about the topic Booth's algorithm and numerical. In this numerical, this algorithm was invented by Andrew Donald Booth in 1950 while doing research on crystallography at Birkbeck College in Bloomsbury, London. The Booth's algorithm provides the procedure of the multiplication of binary integers with 2s complement representations. Hence, the number of addition and subtraction is reduced in this algorithm. So if there would be the more blocks of ones and the zeros, Boost will be work rate. It will require more calculations if there would be more multiples. So let's talk about the hardware implementation. The multiplicand is stored in the BR register, as you can see, and we can say the multiplier is stored in the QR register. And both the register and the AC is the register of the same size, that means the same number of bits as the size of the multiplier. And the final product will be stored in the AC, there is an accumulator, and the QR register. We can use the sequence counter, which is basically count the number of steps you can create. That depends initially set to the number of equal to the number of bits in the multiplier. So that means that many bits in the multiplier QR, that many times the sequence counter can execute. So the counter is decremented by the 1 after forming the each partial product. And when the content of the counter reaches to 0, the product is formed and the process stops. So here we have the BR register, which can store the multiplicand. We have the QR register, which hold the multiplier. And we have the AC, there's an accumulator registers. And then we can perform the partial addition and subtraction using the complementary and the parallel adder. And in the QR register, we have checked the least significant bit Qn and the Qn plus 1 bit here. And the sequence counter, which holds basically the number of bits equals to the multiplier bits, and that many cycles we have to perform. So now the Qn shows the least significant bit of the multiplier in the register QR. An extra flip-flop, which is known as the Qn plus 1, is appended to the QR to facilitate a double bit inspection of the multiplier. So we have the 2-bit inspection, there is a Qn and the Qn plus 1. So we have the 4 basically the possibilities. We have the 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, and 1, 1. So here we can check this 2-bit position, the Qn and the Qn plus 1. And AC and the appended bit Qn plus 1 are initially set to 0. The sequence counter is set to the number of bits equals to the multiplier. And the 2 bits in the multiplier in Qn and the Qn plus 1 are inspected. So here the 4 possibilities, the 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, and the 1, 1. If the 2 bits Qn and the Qn plus 1, that is the Qn and the Qn plus 1 is 1, 0, it means the first bit 1 is a string of ones has been encountered. So this requires a subtraction of the multiplicand from the partial product in AC. So here we can form. So if the 2 bits are equals to 0, 1, that means the Qn is 0 and the Qn plus 1 is 1. It means that the first 0 in this strings of the zeros have been encountered. This requires the addition of the multiplicand to the partial product of the accumulator. So when the 2 bits are equal means if both the bits are 0, 0 and 1, 1, so the partial product does not change here. That remains the same. So the next step is to the shift right the partial product and the multiplier, including the Qn plus 1 bit. And here the 1 cycle is completed. So the sequence count is decremented and the computation loop is repeated n times. So here we can say, this is the loop. So we can say that we can store the multiplicand in the BR register, multiplier in the QR register. Initially, the accumulator is set to 0. Sequence counter is set to the end, that is the number of bits in the multiplier. Qn plus 1 is initially set to 0. And we have to inspect this 2-bit position, that is the Qn bit and the Qn plus 1 bit. So here the 2 positions are here. We can say the 2 bits positions, we can, this Qn plus 1 is 0, 1. So we have to perform the addition, that is an AC plus BR is initialized to AC, accumulator modified. And if it is 1, 0, we can have the AC plus BR complement plus 1, that we have to perform the subtraction. And then we can modify the accumulator. And if the two bits Q and the Qn plus ones are the same, that's a 0, 0 and 1, 1, then we have to perform the no modification in the accumulator, and we have simply performed the arithmetic shift right. So in all the three cases, we have to perform the arithmetic shift right after these operations. Now, after the arithmetic shift operation of the AC and the QR, we have to decrement the sequence counter by 1. And if the sequence counter here, we can check if the sequence counter is not equal to 0, then we have to again move towards the same procedure again and again. And if the sequence counter is equal to 0, then perform the AND operation. That means the operation is completed. So let's take an example here. We have to perform the multiplication of the 23 and the minus 9 by using the Boole's multiplication algorithm. So we have to perform the value of m is initially said the multiplier is basically the minus 9. So here we have to perform the multiply the two numbers 23 and minus 9. So we have to perform the m here. It is 1 0 1 1 and m complement plus 1, that is a 1 0 1 0 0 1. So initially we have to set the AC, which is initially all the 6 bits are 0. Q is initially set to, we can set the double 1 0 1 1. Qn plus 1 initially set to 0. And as the sequence counter, that many is the multiplier bits is the 6 bits. So we have to perform the initially the sequence counter is set to 6 value. So we have to perform this operation in the 6th cycle. So first we have to check the bits value of the Qn and the Qn plus 1. So initially the Qn is 1 and the Qn plus 1 is 0. So 1 0. We have to perform the subtraction. Subtraction, we have to perform the AC plus m complement plus 1. So here we can use this 1 0 1 0 0 1 should be added with the 1 0 1 0 0 1 here. So with the accumulator, and then we have to add these two values in terms of this one. So now we have to perform subtraction, and then we have to perform this values is considered the 1 0 1 0 0 1. Then perform the arithmetic shift right, one bit by bit position, next position. So here we have to shift, and this operation is completed. Now the sequence count is decremented by 1, that is 5. Now again we can check the Qn and the Qn plus 1 bit. So here that's 2 bits are 1 1, and then we have to perform the no change in the partial product. So perform the arithmetic shift right operation. So we have to shift the values 1 bit to the right here, arithmetic shift right. Now again decrement the sequence counter value to 4, and now again check the Qn and the Qn plus 1 bit. This is a 1 1, and then again both the bit positions are same. So we have to perform the arithmetic shift right shift operation, and then again the no modification in the partial product, and the sequence counter is decremented to 3. Now again check the Q1 and the Q1 and Qn plus 1 bits are 0 1. So here the 0 1 we have to perform the addition of the a plus m, and then the accumulator plus the m value. M is 0 1 0 1 1. So here we have to add it with these values, and then we have the modification partial product here, and then perform the arithmetic shift right operations, and then here the sequence code is decremented to 2. Now the next bit position is checking with the 1 0, and again it's basically the Qn and Qn plus 1 0, which is perform the subtraction, and subtraction we have to perform with the m complement plus 1 value, and here this we again modify our partial product this, and then perform the arithmetic shift right operation. Arithmetic shift right operation again we have say the Qn plus 1 here, and then we get the sequence count is decremented by 1, that is 1. And then at the last we have to check the Qn and the Qn plus 1, which is 1 1. So here perform the arithmetic shift operation, arithmetic shift right operation, and then this is your final product, and the sequence count is decremented to 0. So here your final, they have the Qn plus 1, that is Qn plus 1 bit is 1, it means the output is negative. So here we are getting that the Qn plus 1 bit is 1, that means the output is negative. So in order to find out the real value, we have to take the 2s complement of this number, that is AC and Q. So when you are taking the 2s complement of this number, we are getting this value. This is what the final, the product of 23 into minus 9. So if the both the number are positive, then there is no need for you are getting the final answer in the AC and Q. But if that one of the two numbers are negative, then the final answer is in negative form. So we have to take the 2s complement of the AC and Q here in order to get the final product here. So now the key points we have to note it down here. So the best case is when there is a large block of consecutive ones and zeros, because in this case, we have to perform the arithmetic shift right only and do not change the partial product in the multiplier. So there is a minimum number of logical operations taking place as in addition and subtraction. Worst case is when there are the pair of alternate zeros and ones, because whenever the pair of alternate zeros one, because whenever it says 0, 1, we have to perform the additions. When you have the 1, 0, then we have to perform the subtraction, either 0, 1 or 1, 0 in the multiplier, so that the maximum number of addition and subtractions are required in this case. So here the complexity is much more. So that's the best case and the worst case. Advantage of the boost multiplication is easy calculations of the multiplication problem. Consecutive additions will be replaced, less complex, and ease in scaling we have to perform here. Disadvantages of boost multiplications: these algorithms will not work on the alternate pairs of zeros and ones because this is the worst case. And here in this case, the complexity is more because every time we have to perform either the addition or the subtraction in the partial product. And at this time, it is a time-consuming process. So in digital gates are more, chip area would be large. So because in order to handle the more addition and subtractions, we have to needs the more digital gates, more chip area will be required, and the complexity becomes much more in this case. These are the references.